My name is Daniel Mohammed. I'm the founder and CEO of Urban Intelligence, and Urban Intelligence is a software company, and we help local authorities to identify land for planning and development purposes. So, to be honest, we've always taken an approach where we've done our recruitment in-house. We often got contacted in the early days by recruiters, and often we would try and economize by naturally, it's quite a big investment using a recruitment partner. So we've always tried to get best value for money. And I think we sometimes perhaps mistakenly thought that it would be more cost effective to try and do recruitment ourselves, but actually over time it's turned out that sometimes you can spend a lot of time to get talent which doesn't always get you the best results that you need. And so what we've actually discovered is that working with a recruitment partner on specific jobs where there are like quite specialist niche needs, I think it's really beneficial to work with a recruitment partner. And in our case, we've done well working with Place. Firstly, so whilst I'm a technical founder in that I have quite specialist industry experience, I'm not a developer. And I think a lot of founders are often in this sort of situation where they need technological expertise to support them. And throughout our 11 years that we've been running, we've had a whole range of different solutions for undertaking software development tasks. So I've gone with freelancers, I've used agencies, but actually we've now reached a stage in our development where we were getting more mature, and it felt right that it felt wrong that we didn't have our own in-house expertise when it came to our overall software development strategy, not just the execution, but thinking about what's actually right based on our business needs. And so we decided that that was the right time to invest in building up our own in-house talent. And so, to be honest, it's not been my favorite thing to have to do is to deal with developers. It's not that they're not great people, but often because of the nature of the labor market, their skills are often in demand. They're often very expensive, and so that they can be quite challenging to try and both entice and also recruit. And actually, you can waste huge amounts of time on that process. And so it was a bit of a serendipitous that I got a call from Kieran at Place, and he just happened to find me on a day where actually I was in a bit of a state of despair about what I was going to do. And I just said, fine, why don't you see what you can find out there in the market? And within a few days, I had a handful of candidates that were excellently picked. And to be honest, I think as I told Kieran at the time, I would have been very willing to hire any of the five first. And I thought it was almost too good to be true, but actually we did decide to go with two in the end, and they've turned out to be incredible. And they're making a big difference day to day, and we're incredibly grateful for the support that we've had from Place. So our overall experience working with Place has been smooth from start to finish. At the beginning, I gave Kieran a job description. We also provided him with some FAQs that he could use to manage the candidates and to basically do a little bit of that selection on our behalf. Within a few days, we had 5 excellent candidates. We interviewed all of them, and to be honest, we could have hired all of them had we had the resources, but actually we decided to go with 2. In one of the cases, so the one guy, he had a 3 months notice period, and so we've got that started straight away and have been working that down. Another guy was available immediately, and he started on the following Monday, which is incredibly quick. And to be honest, both candidates, they're now both with us, and they've both made an impact using their own strengths. And so one had a bit more experience on the leadership side, another had a lot more experience on the quality and testing side, which was something that our software, we felt it would be beneficial to our software given its state of development. Um, they've both commented on the smooth experience from their perspective in terms of how it's been like to deal with a recruiter. And I think they've been overly positive in terms of what it's been like from their perspective, and they've been highly complimentary of Place. And likewise, from our perspective as an employer, we've been incredibly grateful for how easy the overall experience was. It's taken a massive stress out of our lives. And so, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to work with Place again in the future. So I think at the start of the process, I actually had quite high expectations of what I thought we needed in terms of the talent and the skills that we were missing in the business. And actually, I was very, very anxious about our ability to fill those ourselves. We needed quite strong technical expertise. We operate in a very specialist area, and so I was a bit concerned about our ability to actually meet those needs. And to be honest, I thought, perhaps mistakenly now in hindsight, that a recruiter wouldn't be able to represent all of the technical asks and the specialist requirements that we had, and they wouldn't take those very seriously. But actually what we found was that actually the more picky and detailed you can be in your ask, in your job description, actually the more targeted the recruitment partner can be in the headhunting activities. And so actually we were very pleasantly surprised that actually something that we thought might take months, we'd managed to resolve within a few days, and actually that support has made a huge difference from my perspective, because it took the stress of trying to find the ideal person out of my to-do list, and it's also made a very positive difference to the business, because we've been able to basically move lots of our business plans forward, because we've been able to identify key talent in those roles that we felt we had gaps, and we've been able to fill those, and obviously that's enabling us to move much quicker than we otherwise would be. So I'm incredibly grateful for the experience that we've had working with Place. So I think working with a recruiter is a key investment. Obviously, there's the cost of the hire, but there's also the recruitment fees and things like that attached. But I think if you cannot afford to make a mistake, or you need to reduce the risk of making what is quite a big investment decision, and it's a key part of your overall business strategy, then I wouldn't hesitate to work with a specialist who's going to pretty much guarantee that you've got the ability to fill that position. And I would thoroughly recommend working with Place if that is the case, because it's made a big difference to our business, and I'm sure they could make a great addition to your business too.